For power button, most users believed that red was indicative of dysfunction. On the contrary, females did not associate black with dysfunction, and gray did not hold any association for male. Green's second rank after red is also noteworthy. It is amazing because these two colors are usually against each other. For example, imagine a stoplight. Green means go and red means stop. They are totally vice versa. Uh, but we found something interesting. We found something else interesting in this research in this part. In many applications, warm colors are used for the power function. However, the present study indicates that warm colors are not necessarily indicative of this function. On the contrary, the results show that warm colors such as yellow and green and orange had less chance to represent this function than cold ones like blue and green. For plate bottom, gray, yellow, orange, and black are the worst, and green and blue are the best option. It is worth mentioning that green is gained by combining yellow and blue, and these two colors are adjacent in Ethene's color circle. Both of these colors are considered cool ones, and the result of the present study showed that the participants associated cool colors with the concept of a star. The high frequency obtained by green can be due to the fact that this color indicates making stars in stoplights. Okay, stop button, black and red are appropriate colors. There's dramatic difference between these two colors and the other colors. And I have to mention that like pause button, in stop button, a neutral color is selected. No, in pause button, the best color was gray, and in stop button, the black color is selected. Um, as you see in the graph, gender has no impact in the um, results. The high frequency of red and orange can be attributed to the traffic sign and the mention and the meaning which is communicated through this color. And that is stop. Okay, for this case, as you see in the graph, the best and the worst color are blue and red. Blue seems to be the most appropriate color due to the observed agreement among men and women. In addition, the frequency of blue is almost twice that of orange, which has the second rank. In addition, the results obtained for the two genders are similar to each other. The volume function had the lowest percentage of irrelevant options among all the functions under study. In fact, no man choose this option and only 3% of women choose it. Two cool colors gain higher percentage than the others, and this shows the emotional relation between this function and sound and music concepts. Therefore, participants choose cold colors which are more relaxing. Men are about 50% more inclined than females to associate green with the channel switching function. Data variability was the highest in this case after the menu function. In addition, the highest percentage of the option irrelevant was observed among men compared to all the other functions. This frequency was higher than the observed percentage for 4 out of 7 colors. It is interesting that men considered all options, whereas women did not choose the option 11 and frequency of the choice yellow was just 2.3 for them. Red, orange, gray, black, and yellow had lower frequency than the relevant option for either men or women. Hence, these colors should not be used for this function. In addition, both genders were not inclined to use natural colors, and this might be due to frequency use of this function. Men had the lowest tendency to warm color and showed more inclination to cold one. It can be concluded that men do not make any association between warm colors and the channel switching function. In sum, if women's inclination to orange is considered an exception, warm colors should not be used for channel switching buttons, and the best option are cool colors. It is really shown that the choosing the color of the channel switching button is one of the last steps to be taken by a designer. In fact, the designer can choose an available unused color which he finds more appropriate. The preferable color for equipment designed for both genders is blue. In addition, green can be chosen for the appliance exclusively designed for men and red for the one solely devised for women. Gender has the most impact on the results of the menu function. This study showed that the users did not make any associations between specific color and this function. Green and gray for women and black for men gained the highest frequency. It can be concluded that if an appliance is to be produced exclusively for women, the use of green and gray is preferable. But remember that we choose gray for the pause function previously. On the other hand, green should not be used in the equipment devised exclusively for men. Men were more inclined to warm colors and women had greater tendency to cool ones. Yellow is the best choice for the menu button. In fact, this color was not widely welcome and it had percentages close to or lower than the irrelevant option in 5 out of 7 functions. And the two genders had the same opinion about it. So it is not a very welcome color, but for the menu is it is the best option. Black had the second rank in the stop function. However, it had very low percentages in the other functions, and so it's advisable to use black for the stop button. Blue can generally be considered a favorite color. This color does not have frequencies lower than the relevant option except for the pause function, in which most colors had low frequency. Blue has had the highest percentages in adjusting volume, channel switching, and start function, respectively. After gray, in the pause function, blue had the highest percent in the volume function with the frequency of 35%. Therefore, blue is an appropriate choice for the volume button. Gray was not welcome in any of the functions under study except the pause function. As a result, great emphasis can be placed on the relation between gray and the pause button. Red was the only color which had the frequency of 0 in a particular function, but red is an appropriate choice for the power function. Okay, and the orange. Orange was found to be the most irrelevant color to the function to study. This color never had the first shine and gained high percentage only in one function, in which as the in one just one function in adjusting volume. It is interesting that in this function, blue as the complementary color of orange had the first rank, and green, which is the combination of green and yellow, came in second and ranked above orange um, with a significant percentage difference. And considering the obtained results, it can be concluded that orange is not a proper color for remotes. Green had high percentage in the function of play, channel, switching, and power. On account of the fact that red was shown to be an appropriate color for the power button, it will be advisable to use green for either play or channel switching buttons. Green and blue, which are adjacent in Ethereum color circuit, gain similar results in all functions. Thus, it can be stated that these two colors hold similar associations for the participant. This relation does not hold true for the warm color on the study. Yellow, red, and orange. In fact, cold colors have approximately the same meaning for the user, but warm colors have widely different meaning. But I should note that we gather this information after um, Iranian election last year, and I'm definitely sure that the impact of that protest and what happened in Iran is it was influenced the green color, and I can I'm not really sure about green. The results are more than what I expected, because when I asked questionnaire about to complete the questionnaire, always they are always talk about green. Okay, it's a good color. I want to choose it for the best function, something like this, and maybe its impact, these political problems impact to the result of this color.